There are thousands of videos on YouTube claiming to visit the worst town, the worst city, the worst street, the worst ghetto. And I always ask myself, how can you know it's the worst? Have you been to all these places? Well, I'm from one of these so-called worst places myself, and I don't think it's that bad. So I've hatched a plan. Over the course of the summer, I'm going to be visiting 250 different towns and cities across Britain to see which is really the worst. This is part one of my behind the scenes travel vlog on a shoestring budget, visiting the worst that Britain has to offer. Hello everyone and welcome to Sheerness on the Isle of Sheppey in Kent, just across the estuary there from Southend-on-Sea in Essex. So I thought I'd make a bit of a vlog, guys. So I'm going on this massive tour of Britain, about 250 towns and cities. I've already been to Canterbury and Whitstable yesterday, and on the way back I thought, well, why not make a little sort of behind the scenes vlog of my travels and how I'm doing it all. So yesterday, as I said, I went to Canterbury and Whitstable and got the train back to Sheerness, and down the road there in Minster Village is where my parents live, so I've been staying there for the last few days. Today I'm heading into Sheerness to do some vlogging, and then I'll just be heading back to my parents, and then tomorrow the real adventure begins. So here we are in Sheerness. As I said, guys, we're going to be vlogging today, and so I'm going to take you through all the different towns and cities I'm going to be vlogging in. It's going to be a hell of an adventure. It's going to be about 5 months this summer, all over England, all over Wales, all over Scotland. The weather when I arrived in England from Latin America was bloody freezing, really cold. It was raining the other day, but the sun's out today. Hopefully it's going to be a good summer. Alright, so I'm in London today. I've already been in Peckham, already been filming there. I'm now in Camberwell, and I was going to film here as well, but there's really not that much going on. As you can see, it's just an ordinary place. So I filmed a little bit and then I've just stopped. I'm heading to Brixton next. Later on I'm going to be staying in a hostel, and that's £15 a night up in Victoria. I'm also going to be filming in the evening around Westminster. Also got a couple of buildings to visit for the ugliest building series. So today is a very busy day, full on. I've been up since 6:30. I was out the door pretty early, train up from Sheerness-on-Sea, and whew, here we go. I'm probably going to get finished about 10 o'clock tonight. It's been an arduous day's walking. I've walked from my hostel in Victoria to Bank and around there a little bit to the Wetherspoons to get breakfast and what have you. Then from Lewisham I've walked all the way. I'm just around the corner from Dartford at the moment. Over there is the Dartford crossing. As you can see, it's turned into a beautiful evening. Half moon over there. The sun is setting over the River Thames there on the Essex side, and I'm going to be wild camping just over here on a bit of driftwood. Not this bit here, I've got a flatter bit just up around the corner. One thing I wanted to show you guys that kind of surprised me is this bit of driftwood. Now presumably this used to say caution, bridge, restricted area, dead slow, but obviously it's been cut in half and somehow drifted up here with all the other crap that's drifted up here. This is my first wild camp in the UK since 2023, so of course we're going to celebrate it in traditional style. I've got a craft beer here, fruity IPA. It's called a Juice Forsyth. Good game, good game. Lovely, lovely. What could be better, eh? Morning, morning. Oh, it's chilly today. It's about 7 degrees at the moment. This is my where I camped last night. Here's the River Thames. Today we're going to Dartford, Gravesend, Chatham and Gillingham. And as luck would have it, I've just got off the train here in Hastings and it started to rain. The rain has stopped now, thank goodness, for now. Here in Hastings, after 4 trains and 2 buses today. Look at this beautiful view. Fantastic. And we're going to be camping up here on East Hill somewhere. I've already spotted one person over there while camping. Good morning from Hastings. It's beautiful, as you can see, albeit a bit chilly. So it's an interesting night last night. We had thunder, we had lightning, we had quite a bit of rain, but fortunately that's stopped now. There's nothing worse than packing up in the morning and it's still raining. So today we're going to explore Hastings, then we're going to head up to Crawley and Red Hill, and then we're going to be kipping up in London in a capsule. So I had a surprisingly really good sleep in the pod last night in my capsule hostel here in Hackney. So now we're going to go and explore Hackney, and then we're going to get a train up to Bishop Stortford and Harlow in Essex, and then after that we'll be visiting Tottenham and Edmonton. It's a glorious day, not a cloud in the sky. Hello folks, how are we doing? I'm on a golf course at the moment. I'm not supposed to be here, don't tell them, but I'm heading down to the beach just over there, and you'll see this green fence of all the razor wire. Well, just in there is a immigration removal centre, and just in the background over there we've got a fort, a pretty old one, which is, I believe, not in use anymore. Anyway, I was trying to get down to the beach and here near Gosport, and the hiking trail was closed. That's why I've had to come across the golf course before the sun goes down. As you can see, it is almost down. I've got a few beers. We're wild camping on the beach. And I've had a quite boisterous for golfers, aren't they? I've had a productive, busy few days down in London. Golf is just a good walk spoiled, so they say. Was it Mark Twain? I believe it's Mark Twain that said that. Today was a mad rush, so I woke up late in London, checked out of my pod hotel, my little capsule, and went for breakfast, which took longer than expected. Took the bus from Hackney to Victoria, which took longer than expected. And then I just missed the train by 2 minutes, so getting down to Worthing took longer than it should have done. I had to rush around Worthing and got the train from Worthing to Portsmouth. Had a great few hours in Portsmouth and had to rush over to Gosport. Well, here we are. Look at it. Beautiful. What a beautiful evening. Over there, that's the Isle of Wight. Love it over there. Fan-bloody-tastic. Now it's time to find somewhere to camp. Well, I've only just got here and I've already decided, guys. So as you can see here, the beach is pretty small and I don't know how far the tide comes up. The sun is setting over here by this little lake thing, so I'm going to camp over here. I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's going to be lovely. Oh, it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. The immigration removal centre, the Spinnaker Tower in the background, the golf course over there. The golf wankers will be leaving soon. And the sun setting over the lake. And the temperature is beautiful. It's a bit of a breeze here, but it is balmy. Balmy army. And there's the old fort, completely off limits, impossible to get in there. And this is the path I was hoping to come down earlier, the military road. Got myself a good old Thatcher's Haze cloudy Somerset cider. Cheers. Morning everyone, it is bloody cold. It's 4:30 in the morning. This is where I camped. I'm going to get on the move straight away up to Gosport bus station to head to Fareham to get a train from there to Southampton. It's cold. I know I said that, but it is cold, so we're going to get moving because it's cold. Made it to the bus stop. We haven't got much choice of where we're going to go. Oh, this sign is starting. Fareham. So we're going to Fareham.
Seem to vanish like crack and that's not history.
Hello folks, we are in the Hampshire woodlands, absolutely beautiful, but this is Ministry of Defence land, so we're allowed in here but we're not allowed to camp. So I'm going to really have to lie low tonight, and obviously if I get moved on I'm screwed. I'm just going to have to go back to the town centre and stay up all night most probably, so we're keeping a low profile. Hopefully we can get a good night's sleep somewhere. It's absolutely beautiful. Saturday evening, sunny, no clouds whatsoever, no cold whatsoever, just absolutely glorious. Interesting. Well folks, I read somewhere that the view from here is absolutely epic and sometimes you can see all the way to London. Now, I'm not sure about that myself. It's a clear day and I think that's just Farnborough over there. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm walking along here and it all seems very open and it's all paths and lots of gorse and prickly holly bushes and whatnot, so I can't get in there to camp. So over here I'm not very protected, not very sheltered and not very hidden, most importantly. So I think I'm going to head back down to the forest and we're going to camp over there. I'm a bit annoyed at myself that I'm here on MOD land and I've got to hide from the army tonight. I've got to hide from the army. It's a ridiculous situation, but I've got no choice. I want to get my head down as soon as that sun sets, because tomorrow up at 5 to get a bus replacement service to Ascot, where I've got to get a train to Slough. Tomorrow we're going to Slough, and then after that going to High Wycombe, and got a hotel tomorrow in High Wycombe. What a luxury. And speaking of luxury, I have a chicken club sandwich, kettle chips, and I may have indulged a little bit and got a little bit of plonk. That'll help me sleep tonight. Alright folks, it is 8:30 and it's already bedtime. So the sun is almost down, and I've left that bit of the field there and come over here. So you see me camouflaged over there. I was going to camp under this tree, but there's quite a lot of deadwood there, so I don't want to risk it. Don't really want a tree trunk landing on my head. So there we are. What could be better? Sadly, there's quite a lot of rubbish lying around, so I picked as much as I can up in this bag here, but I've only got that little blue bag down there. Morning all, 5 AM, it's 5 degrees and it's foggy. Another bus to start the day with. We've done one bus, one train, and now we're at Reading, and we've got one more train, and we head off to Slough. Let's see if Slough is as bad as they say it is. Well guys, Slough has definitely lived up to the hype. What a dump. Right, so we're getting a bus now from the stop over there to High Wycombe, and then finally hotel time. This place is eerie. Everything is echoing. It smells musty. It's strange as I go through a ghost town walking through here. Good morning, good morning. Well, just had a lovely sleep and got all my clothes washed and everything in this hotel room. Quite basic, but not bad for 50 quid a night, especially, you know, with the shower and whatnot. So I've got to get all this cleared up, packed away, and today we're heading over to Aylesbury, Milton Keynes and Bedford. I've got about 45 minutes to get ready and get down to the bus stop. Let's go. Bus again, folks, between Aylesbury and Milton Keynes, going through some lovely villages and countryside. A little bit behind the scenes here, folks. So I've just stood here for like 7 or 8 minutes waiting for that train to go past, just for the shot, just for you guys. Apologies for any wind noise. I'm here in Priory Country Park. Absolutely glorious, massive green space here on the outskirts of Bedford, and this is where I'm going to be camping tonight. Got myself a nice little bench to plot up on. Now I've got to find somewhere to camp. I'm going to do that in a minute. I don't know if anyone, like any park rangers, come around and check, make sure nobody's camping, but I do know the car park closes at 9 o'clock, so I'd imagine shortly after that they would do their checks, if indeed they do them. So I'm going to hang out here for a little while, enjoy the beautiful English spring evening. Doesn't get much better than this. And then bed down for the night, and I'll see you in the morning. Up early to get the bus to Stevenage. Exciting. Bonjour. Oh, it's freezing this morning. It's 20 past 4. I've been awake since 20 past 3. I just I was tossing and turning. I just decided to get up. The half moon over there. Lots of fog over there. There's a lot of moisture in the air, and therefore a lot of moisture on the bivvy. So that was fun, packing that away in the cold and wet. Google Maps says an hour's walk into Bedford to the bus station, and the buses to Stevenage, very good, they're every 20 minutes. So let's get on the road. All right, we are back at Bedford bus station in all its glory at 5:15 in the morning. We've got 10 minutes to our bus taking us to Stevenage. I hope it's warm on there. Well, the bus took an hour and a half, and it was warm enough on there. I managed to get some shut eye, but every time the driver braked, my head would go bang into the seat in front of me, so it wasn't great. And out here it's cold again, and it's really foggy, so I can't even start filming yet because the visibility is shocking. So I'm going to get some food, get a coffee, wake myself up a little bit, and then we'll start filming. Alright folks, so the longer the day's gone on, the sunnier and warmer it's got. It's absolutely beautiful now. So yesterday I was on the river Great Ouse, which is the 5th longest river in the UK. Today I'm on the Grand Union Canal, which is the thing that's making that noise there. This is the longest canal in Britain. It runs from London, which is behind me, up to the Midlands, up in that direction. We're heading down towards London direction. So today was a long old day. I woke up at 20 past 3, and I still don't know if it was a dream that woke me up or if it was real life. It was a dog barking and then a woman shouting, "Seth, Seth, come back." Now, I don't know if it was real or not, because who calls their dog Seth? But after that, it was so cold I couldn't get back to sleep. So I started my day, and I've been on the go all day long. The 3 buses I took, I was expecting them to take about an hour each. In total, with delays and roadworks and other goings on, I've been on buses for 5 hours today. I fell asleep on 2 of them. We're just south of Hemel Hempstead now, and we've got to head even further south, past King's Langley, which is the next settlement along, and then try and find somewhere to camp. There's a lot of people out on this balmy summer's evening. So just before we go, I'm having a flapjack and a ginger beer just to get me over the line. This is King's Langley, It's all right, isn't it? Most agreeable. Bit of a mixed bag here. We've got the beauty of the cherry blossom that fall into the ground, and then the brutality of the concrete M25 bridge, the most infamous motorway in Britain. All right, folks, it is bugs galore as we go under our second M25 bridge. These ducks are loving it. They're eating all the bugs. Look at them. So once we get past the bridge, we turn right and we're looking for some woods. I can't remember the name of the woods. They start with a W, but that should be our end point. Thank goodness, because I'm getting rather tired and my feet are getting rather sore. Well, my original plan was to head down this way, but it says do not enter. So we're gonna follow the musical trail around to the woods this way, which is a little bit longer. Well, that's pants. So I've had a couple of diversions and ended up down this country lane here. Oh blimey, can't go in there. Look, caution, police dog training area. So the reason for the diversion was there's a bloody golf course. And we're going, I mean, I could go in there, but it's private land, and over there I'm just hoping it's not all golf course. Right, I better put you away or I'm going to get run over. Right, Watford Borough Council, Whippendale Wood. Still a few cars in here, so there'll be a few people milling about, but I'm confident we'll find somewhere to camp. It looks beautiful. Look at this tree. Oh yeah, this place is beautiful. It's like an enchanted forest. El bosque encantado. El único problema es que, sorry, in English, there's a golf course there. And the stinging net was this side. And I'm sure there's got to be somewhere in these woods that's going to be good for plotting up for the evening. Just got to keep our eyes peeled. The question I asked myself is, if I was making a lot of money on YouTube, would I still be doing this stuff? Would I still be camping out in the forest? Or would I be paying for hotels and stuff? Alright folks, I found a spot in the woods, not too deep in the woods to be honest, just off the trail, but it'll do, it's fine. I won't set up yet, I'll wait till it gets properly dark. It's only 8:15 and the sun comes down in about 20 minutes or so, and it won't be dark until like 9:15. So I'm having a bite to eat. I've got beef jerky and I've got Bailey's toffee caramel flavour popcorn. I'm intrigued to see what these are like, I'll let you know. Oh, and I forgot to mention, fun fact about these woods, this was used in one of the Star Wars movies. Not one of the good ones, unfortunately, The Phantom Menace. Top of the morning to you. So last night's camp was a relative success. It wasn't as cold as the night before. It's a bit chilly now, hence the jacket and hood and everything else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a bit of a walk around the woods, because it's only 40 minutes to Watford and it's 5:10 at the moment, so getting to Watford before 6 AM and it's still being chilly and nothing being open isn't ideal. So we'll go for a bit of a walk around the woods, get the blood pumping up a bit and get warmed up a bit hopefully, and stop for a bit of brekkie before heading into Watford. Got about 5 or 6 hours sleep. I'm quite happy with that. Much better than the previous night. And like I say, it's not as cold. It's still a bit chilly, but it's not freezing like it was the night before. Alright, I've done my lap of the woods and now I'm in Cassioberry Park, which I think officially is Watford. Not a bad place to start the day. And for my breakfast, I've got a Scottish breakfast. Kind of flapjack, iron brew extra. So yeah, that'll tie me over till I get into town anyway. So I've been walking from Watford to Boreham Wood and completely forgot to check in with you guys, but here we are in a quite beautiful countryside. The buttercups are all out, the horses are having a scratch. But up to now it's been a bit of a crappy walk, to be honest, right along the main road through Bushy and Elstree. Not very exciting. Should be in Boreham Wood soon. I'm in somewhere in East London between Dagenham and Barking. Isn't it beautiful? Look at this, absolutely glorious. Sorry I didn't check in with you before. I've been walking since Hackney. I walked up to the Olympic Park in Stratford, and then I went to East Ham, and then Barking, and I'm off to Dagenham now, and after that Romford. A very busy day in this not particularly nice atmosphere on this not particularly nice day. I think I'm going to be walking about 15-16 miles today, and then there's all the walking around the towns in between that as well, so a very full-on day today.
Absolutely.
Look for a holiday, quick.
Yeah. We rent property ourselves.